Guess whose stock just went up, Golden Boy?
Hello, and welcome back to the Football Corner. Welcome back to another live stream, another show, another video on the channel. And big up to everybody in the chat already. And big up to everybody who's watching this either on the replay or right now, live and direct. And yeah, big up to yourselves. As before, as always, make sure you're liking the video. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. A standard procedure around here. And today I've got two lovely guests with me. One who you see most of the time, and another one who, listen, it's been a long time in the works. You know what I mean? We've been trying to find the right time for both of us to be in the same time. The timings, we're trying to work the timing. So listen, it's an honor to have him on. But let me firstly invite a familiar face who you've seen around here for a while. It's none other than Mr. T in the building from the Netherlands, Mr. Turkey.
Yo.
What's going on, brother?
Big up, everyone. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the Football Corner. And yeah, let's go, man. We're always here to be shameless again. And yeah, let's talk about the game, man. I'm ready.
100%. And without further ado, let me invite him, my brother in red and white from the United States of America, coming live and direct to give us his thoughts in the first official stream that he's done with me on the channel. I'd like to welcome him in the preview for the West Ham game. It's none other than Mr. TJ Warren.
Let's go. No, it's been, the people were crying out for it. They're just like, TJ, Saad, when are you guys going to link up? Today is the day, people. Today is the day. I'm really glad we got to do this. And yeah, let's talk about it. It's time to be a little bit shameless, but I'll be a little bit careful at the same time. But big up T, big up Saad. Let's go.
Big up, man. Big up. And listen, for anybody who's watching who does celebrate Christmas, obviously I don't celebrate Christmas, but happy holiday periods, obviously, to you, TJ, as well. Happy holidays to your family, as well as to everybody who's watching on the replay or anybody live that's watching currently that does celebrate Christmas. Happy holidays, happy Christmas to you guys. Big up. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully it was good. And the new year is upon us. And what the new year means? It means transfer window time. So transfer window is upon us. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. We're gonna see if we bust case with the FFP.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows, man? Who knows? I'm hearing all types of shit on the net, man. There's hella news about random costs have come up, FFP breaches, people breaching, bro. Listen, all I know is we ain't breaching it, bro, because the way we're tiptoeing around this FFP, walking on eggshells, it's crazy. But sticking on the game, lads, a big one, the Declan Rice derby, man. The Declan Rice derby. That's what I like to call it, man, because I can't lie. The first time we come up against West Ham, we kind of embarrassed him. With the performance, we kind of embarrassed him. They done us in the Carabao Cup. 3-1. It was quite easy for them. So I wasn't particularly happy that day, but it is what it is. But what are your thoughts coming into this game? Because we are at the carpet, we are home. We should be the better team. I'm sorry, but if we can't beat them at home, something is wrong. Something is wrong. And I'm gonna go to TJ first to give us his thoughts on this game against West Ham. What are your thoughts, my bro?
when we played them in the cup, we weren't playing our strongest 11. I think we can all agree on that. We're gonna have David Ray and we're gonna have the regular starters in. I think that we obviously didn't take the cup seriously. I mean, the way that we were playing, the guys that we played, we didn't take it seriously. So this is a whole new. I'm not really using that first game as a measuring stick against West Ham. We are levels above West Ham in terms of player quality and in terms of form. Obviously, not the best result we wanted to get out of Anfield, but if you would have asked us a week ago, hey, would you take a draw? Most of us would have said yes, right? We don't want to be dropping too many points away and keeping in that title charge. But yeah, I mean, West Ham at home, Declan Rice is going to be starting. Obviously our normal starting 11 is going to be starting. I'm confident, man. We should be able to get this over the line and get it over the line quickly. And West Ham, man, I just don't think that they're that team. Obviously, I think they'll finish in the top 10, but we should be winning these games, especially just due to the quality comparison of player versus player. So yeah, no, man, I'm confident. I'm really thinking that we can get into tactics, I'm sure, here in a bit. But
Yeah,
I'm just thinking we play our game. We play the possession-based football. We still need a little bit more of that edge in the final third. But if we can find it, man, we'll smash them. I'm shameless about it.
nah, big up, man, big up. See, how you feeling about this game, man? How you feeling?
Yeah, I can say that I echo TJ's thoughts about this game. I think we didn't play our strongest 11 last game. We had a Fabio Vieira in the game, for goodness sake. So yeah, this will be different. And yeah, we should smash them because I don't rate them too much apart from Kudus and Paqueta in the first place. And Bowen maybe, but this should be an easy game, man. The main front three should play, and we have something to make up for. We have something to make up for Declan Rice, for the fans, because the last time we played them, it was embarrassing. That was, I think, the most embarrassing game of the season for us, if I remember correctly. It was our worst loss, and we have something to make up for a player, and of course for the fans also, because I'm still not happy with that result. I'm still a little bit pissed, so I will go with a little bit venom into this game. So yeah, I hope for big results. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I mean, and let me just go into that starting 11 that we had. We had Ramsdale in net, Zinchenko, Gabriel, Kiwior, and White at the back, Vieira, Jorginho, and Havertz in the midfield, and then Trossard and Reese with Ketty in the middle. Like, that is not even close, man. Some people would say that's a BC team. No, that midfield, when you saw that midfield going into that game, Saad, you knew we were in trouble, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're not, we can be shameless, but we're realistic here at the same time, bro. Like, there was no way we were gonna win that game, especially because they had Kudus, Paqueta, and Ben Rama, and hot Jared Bowen up top, man. Like, it's not. We didn't take it seriously. Like, that's just the facts. We didn't take it seriously, and
I think though for this game, obviously, because obviously for me, listen, I feel like we should smack these guys. I feel like with our starting 11, we should have enough to be able to cancel them out defensively. Yeah, we should be able to cancel them out defensively, and going forward, we definitely should have enough to punish them, man, to hurt them really a lot. So for me, I think going into just how dangerous some of their players are, obviously Kudus is going to be a massive risk because of who we have at left back. So Kudus is definitely going to cause us some issues. That's the only position I'm proper scared of, because obviously Jared Bowen's been playing up front this season. So I'm not really too worried about him, because I can wholeheartedly say I'm confident that Saliba can shut him down with ease. Like Saliba's come across harder players to try and shut down, and he shut them down. So
Hey yo,
pause. That was crazy.
Pause.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, pause.
Pause, police. Pause, police.
Pause. Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. Yeah, that was crazy.
Wild.
But he's come up against better players, and he's been able to defend them with ease. So, I have no problems with Jared Bowen, to be honest. I think the only thing is Paqueta. You at times he can cause an issue, and I really rate him as a player. But Kudus is the main threat for me, just because of Zinchenko in that left back position. I mean, now that we've seen that performance against Liverpool, we have to start asking the questions like, how many more? Like, is his confidence like completely shut down now? Is his confidence slashed now? Like, is he gonna go into this game thinking, "Oh, I got to focus so much on the defensive work that it might affect his work going forward"? Do you know what I mean? Because I mean, he fell apart during that game. So, how is he gonna handle this game against Kudus, who I think is a very good player? I think he is so fast, quick on his feet. He knows what he's doing. He's good with the link-up play. So, how's he gonna handle that? Do you know what I mean?
He's a great player, but he's not Mohamed Salah. You know what I mean? And our midfield should be able to help a little bit more. We obviously didn't have Declan Rice last game. We had Jorginho. I mean, and these guys are. I'm looking at the lineup from the FA from the League Cup game. It's literally the same lineup. Bert, like Ben, James Ward-Prowse. Like, it's essentially the same thing. So I think we can. I think he'll have a lot more of an opposition. Obviously, we'll have Zinchenko back there, but our midfield will be a lot stronger. And as far as Zinchenko's confidence, I mean, I've never seen him lack any confidence moving forward. I mean, and he's acknowledged that he's not any good defensively. Like, so it comes to a point where Arteta needs to start making a choice. Like, are we gonna? You know what you're gonna get with Zinchenko. You're essentially playing a back three with Zinchenko, with four in the midfield. Like, that's what you're getting. So you got to be able to trust Gabriel, Saliba, and Ben White to hold it down while that guy goes up there, and Gabriel's just gonna have to cover the left, or you go defensive, which I don't think is going to be the case with West Ham. But when we start playing like tougher opposition, like obviously we're going to have to go up against Tottenham, we're going to have to go up against Manchester City away, we're going to have to go up against Liverpool again, two more times, gents, 2 more times this season. You guys, we have to start saying, okay, are we going to take more of a defensive posture here? Are we going to, I hate to say it, are we going to play a more defensive minded person like if you are over there? Or just pray we can hold the line until Timber comes back. Like, I'm just saying, like, these are tough conversations need to be had, because Zinchenko, the only reason that he gets over the line, hold on, let me finish this before you like totally waste me.
Yeah.
His offensive output, bro, is the only thing keeping him in that position. Like, we knew going into Liverpool that he was going to be a liability. And, it didn't take Nostradamus to figure out that that he was going to be a problem. And a majority of us were right. So, okay, now go ahead, bury me. Go for it.
Right. So, firstly, Kivior at left back. I never want to see that again in my life. I never want to see that again in my life. I wanted to pull my eyes out and dash him in a bin after I saw that performance against Bakayoko. And then, if it wasn't enough, the performance against Bakayoko, these men took the piss. They took Bakayoko off. They put Serginho Dest on, and Serginho Dest nuts him in a way I've never seen a man get nuts before on the football pitch. Like, bro, that was just firstly, Bakayoko put it over his head. Man just watched him put it over his head. Then Serginho Dest came up and nutsed him. I was like, yeah, get this guy off the roads, man. get him off the pitch. Just get him off the pitch. He needs to
Yeah.
go home now.
Mhm.
At
I
left
mean, how
back,
many
I just
people were
don't
taking
think
that
he's-
PSV game seriously though? Like that's another
Yeah,
thing.
no. But
Like
TJ,
Saliba, bro. Saliba
there's-
didn't even
No-
want to be there.
no one-
Gabriel didn't even want to be there.
okay.
No,
There's a
no one
difference-
took it serious, but you have some shame. You
Yeah, exactly.
don't get cooked
Come on,
like
man.
this, at least, you know.
That's true. That's true.
It
That's
was
true.
basically
Fair,
FIFA
fair,
Street.
fair,
It was
fair.
basically FIFA Street, and it's like
What we did here, man.
you know, Okocha playing against Ronaldinho cooking Okocha like there's no tomorrow. It was crazy, and I
Yeah.
agree with Saad. I think in FIFA terms, I'm going to stay at FIFA terms right now. You know, when you put a player in a wrong position, his rating goes down.
Yeah, he's not
Kiv-
contributing to the
Kivior-
chemistry.
Kivior's rating goes from 79 to like 51 or something when he goes to left back.
Routed, bro.
So it's really bad. He has no pace. He cannot keep up. At least Ben White has those long strides. You know, he's not the
Yeah.
fastest, but he can keep up most of the time. But Kivior, no man.
I'm
I
just
think
saying. I'm.
yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't
No,
mean to interrupt.
I wanted to finish it off by saying Kivior is for me basically is a defender, but who can also play at CDM, but from the central area. I don't think from the flank, you know, I don't think inverting or anything like that suits him that very well because of the fact that he is really slow. I think if he plays a centrally role, like a really bad example, but like Mertesacker, for example, he was the slowest ever Arsenal player ever, I think. You know, when
That
you
guy's
play him
still running
centrally,
off the
you can
pitch
get
10 years
something
later.
out of him. Sorry?
That guy's still running off the pitch 10 years later. They're trying to get him off.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Samba, like.
but Kivior, I see Kivior the same, not as bad, but Kivior for me is the same. Centrally, he can be okay, but if we put a slow player like him on the wings, it's going to be bad.
Yeah. No, I hear what you're saying. I'm just saying, man, like it's games like this where we need Tomiyasu. It's games like this where we needed a healthy Timber. Like this is why we brought in Timber, was to play that left back or have an alternative at fullback when Zinchenko doesn't quite come up to snuff. I mean, we're going to be asking questions at the end of the season, regardless of how it finishes, about what if we had Timber the entire season, because he was cooking during the preseason, man. He looked right at home against Man City. Obviously, he was my man of the match in the Community Shield. Incredible.
Yeah.
So the fact, you know, it's gonna be, if we don't win the title, it's gonna be a big question of what if with him, and that's what's really really concerning. And now, you know, now we're having to have discussions about, oh well, you know, do we play Zinchenko back there? Do we play? We could even play Kai Havertz back there. Like it's one of those things where you're just like, these are tough conversations to have, and obviously a thing that we might need to address during the transfer window. Obviously, I still think we need a striker more, but I mean, we just do these injuries. We could do with another fullback, bro. That
We need
isn't being
everything.
talked about enough. I don't
We need
think, by the way.
everything.
Speaking
That isn't
on
being
that,
talked about enough. Go ahead. Sorry.
Speaking on that, because obviously they are looking at other defenders. We'll get into that on another stream, because I don't even want to get into who they're looking at, because I've seen all types of stuff come out. But getting into the players you mentioned, Tomiyasu, yeah, and I want to kind of speak about him and Thomas Partey. I want to speak about them both, because they're back in training. Big up Aaron in the building. Big up, bro. Big up. They were spoken about coming back into training. They're supposedly back in training now. They're supposedly back training with the full team, with the first team. And I was thinking maybe they might make a bench appearance, Tomiyasu and Partey, to hopefully get into the starting 11 for the game against Fulham. But they're not even going to be included. Now that's what Arteta said in the presser. He said that they're not ready yet. They've just come into training, so they're not going to have any kind of they're not going to be included in this game at all, to any effect. So for me, I'm just like, bro, that is because I'm waiting to see that Party, Rice, and Erdegaard midfield, and I need Tomiyasu back on that side. Do you know what I mean? I need him on that left side because Tomiyasu was producing performances that, I mean, bro, somebody who's normally a left centre back, for him to step into that left back role, yeah, he had done it. Not necessarily to perfection, because I think his going forward he could still improve, but he's doing it to a decent level. He's giving you an average performance going forward, which you'd expect him to give you less than that. Yeah, he's going to give you maybe a 6 or 7 out of 10 going forward. Do you know what I mean? And that's always good. That's always good to have. But other than that, sorry, Thomas Partey and Tomiyasu, man, it's such a miss, man. Such a miss. If I've missed 2 players right now and I want them in my squad, I think they change us completely.
Yeah.
But what are your guys' thoughts on them being, or us being told that they're not going to be included? Because I was a bit pissed off. I was hoping that they'd be included to some effect.
Yeah, I'm with you. T, why don't you give it? I've been talking too much.
Oh, no problem, man. Go ahead. I've been in more times than you, so they've heard me enough.
Well, no, it's one of those things where like Tomiyasu was making Ben White look second rate there for a while, especially playing from the right back. He was cooking on that overlap, bro. There were several volleys in there that resulted in goals. And so I really think we're missing Tomiyasu the most, just because we have Declan Rice and Kai Havertz is having a good spell. I'm not saying that Kai Havertz has arrived, but I am saying that he is having a good spell. I think we can all agree on that. But yeah, right now I miss Tomiyasu the most, just because he would have been another option at that left back position. He's very good. He's pretty good defensively, and he can create in the final third. And I think Ben White, or no, I think Bukayo Saka is missing Tomiyasu a little bit on that right side, because lately he's been more of a threat than Ben White has been, and then he can take a little bit of the pressure off of Bukayo, so he can start cooking outside of the box like he normally does. Right now, I don't think the opposition's really seeing Ben White as a threat. They'll double up on Bukayo when he tries to kick it over to his left and slot it on the right side of the box, and where it just gets blocked every time now. So I just think, we need more of a threat on the overlap, and Tomiyasu provides that. Now, talking about Thomas Partey. Now, I would say that if we were, like I was saying in the backside, like if we were needing to play a double pivot 6 against anybody, I mean, it would have been against Liverpool, and it's going to need to be against Liverpool again, and it's going to be against those the teams that have been really good going forward, like the Liverpools or the Tottenhams, right? The problem, I'm okay with him staying in the team, but right now, with the way our starting 11 is going, he's a little bit of a surplus to requirements, just because I can't believe I'm saying this. Rice, Havertz, and Odegaard are looking very, very good. Odegaard obviously just isn't generating. If Odegaard starts finishing some of these chances, man, we have the best midfield in the league. Like, I don't even think it's close. The problem is that he just isn't finishing his chances. So it's just like, so Thomas Partey, if our midfield continues the form that it's on, and especially against teams like West Ham, we shouldn't need Thomas Partey. So we potentially, and I'm not saying I want this, but if he's not going to be available and we can get a good price on him to get a striker in, then I would say we probably should sell him.
Sorry. For me, I'm just, when I look at the reason why I'm saying that we need Partey, the reason why, because in my opinion, I think no matter what Havertz has done, I like what Havertz has been doing. He's been in good form. He's been scoring goals, all of this, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
In my personal opinion, as soon as Partey is fully fit and available, I think he moonwalks into our team. Literally, moonwalks back into our team. Rice gets put into the left 8 position, and then that is the midfield. And I think somebody said,
did Rice ever play in that 8 position at West Ham?
Yeah, it was double pivot between him and Souček.
Souček, okay. Yeah, no, I mean, and I would love to see. I just didn't see. It would be interesting to see how much he could create on that left side.
But it's not even just that, because the thing is, I've got a comment here which says, bro, if Partey, Rice, and Odegaard is in the midfield, and Tommy at left back is just too defensive. I don't really agree with that, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason why I don't agree with that, I'll tell you for why. Because the way I'm looking at it, yeah, Thomas Partey is not necessarily a very defensive DM. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I think
I hear what you're saying.
Rice can be there to more or less clear the lines, while Partey is the line breaker. Because the reason why we had so much, or the reason why we were playing so attacking, and the reason why we looked so good last season, is because we had Thomas Partey, Granit Xhaka, Martin Odegaard, 3 line breakers that are able to get the ball over to the attackers as quickly as possible. Mm-hmm. The fact that we're not able to break the lines as quick enough is why Bukayo Saka's not flourishing, why Martinelli's not flourishing. Obviously, when we were able to break the lines and get the ball quicker to the attack, then Jesus was able to do the link-up play perfectly. So you can probably take one of those line breakers out and you can survive, and it won't affect the way you attack that much. You take also 2 of those line breakers out, you're done.
And also, let's not forget what Partey brought to this team, because a lot of people say our front line doesn't look as good anymore. Partey did a lot going forward for these kinds of players to create spaces. His footwork is elite. The way he turns, the way he just sees the spaces, and can create. His vision is really good, and not only defensively, but also going forward. And a lot of people forget about that, and they think, oh, he's a CDM, we can replace him. We already have Rice. But trust me, I think maybe there will be a shout, and don't quote me on this, but maybe there will be a shout that if Partey returns and he is back in form, maybe he goes a little bit more forward and Rice stays back. That could also be a possibility, because I've never forgotten how good he was going forward. How he dribbled past players and gave a nice through ball. Partey did that a lot of times, and he's not only a normal CDM. The way he was good and the way our midfield was that good is, 1, because Xhaka improved, but 2, it was mostly because of Partey, because we were talking about him being the best or second best DM in the league last season.
Mm-hmm.
And if you take that much talent out of the team and you replace him with Rice, yes, you had a good replacement, but you still lose a lot of talent in other parts. And I think that Partey still have other values that Rice doesn't bring at the moment right now.
Yeah, no, and I can absolutely hear what you're saying. Like, and it's easy to lose sight of that just because he's not available. I'm thinking long term, guys. Like, if he can't be available, then what's the point? You know what I mean? I think I'm coming at it. I think I'm coming at it from that angle a little bit more. I'm thinking a little bit more long term.
Yeah, but and I'm talking about this season.
Yeah,
I'm hungry. I need the title. I need the title.
We're all starving. We're starving. It's not even a joke. But my whole thing, 100% fasting for 20 years. The one thing that just gives me a little bit of pause is that if it comes between having Partey, who can't necessarily play in the team, who might be going to AFCON, who might this, that, and the other, and getting me a striker like Ivan Toney, sorry, I'm putting Partey on the selling blocks to get that over the line. We have to get somebody up in the number 9 that can bury it consistently. I rate Gabriel Jesus. Don't get me wrong. He is a great link-up player. I really like Gabriel Jesus. I've said it over and over and over again. But if it comes to this or that, I'm selling Partey. speaking of, what frauds are you
He's such
talking
a
about,
fraud,
Staffy?
bro.
The only fraud that I
He's
see is you in
such
the
a
chat,
fraud.
bro.
He's such
I've
a
never
fraud.
said I wanted to keep Party, Staffy. Staffy, here we go. Staffy's telling lies again. Staffy telling lies again. Out of
Honestly.
context. Context doesn't matter with Staffy. Big up Staffy.
It really doesn't. It really doesn't, man. Staffy
Context
is
is
a joker,
secondary.
man. It just he just goes off one point. Yeah, ever since the Onana clip, bro, he's put context away because he's just like, all right, if you lot won't give me context, I ain't gonna give you lot context.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Exactly.
Look at all of them. They're all so
yeah, like
fraudulent. Look at
speaking
these
out of
guys,
context, it's the out of context brothers. We got Judge Mo and Staffy in the chat.
bro. Two absolute frauds, man. Two absolute frauds, bro. What is going on, man? But I think just for me, I'm sorry, but I at the moment I can't let him go. If we do let Thomas Partey go, if we do let Thomas Partey go, I need line breakers in the team. I need somebody who's going to break the lines. And let's face it, Thomas Partey as well, he could ping a ball, bro. He could ping a ball.
He can.
So you need to replace that. If you're gonna take that out of the team, you have to replace that. If you don't, then I don't even know if we get a striker. Are we going to be able to get the ball to him? Are we even going to be able to? Do you know what I mean?
No.
So, yeah, we need a line breaker. We need a line breaker to come in because we've already lost 2 in Granit Xhaka and we've lost Partey to injury, who is now back technically, but he's going to be gone to AFCON. All of this. So, for me, if you're going to get rid of him, replace him with somebody because I
we
can't
got to replace him with, and you can't just replace him. You got to replace him with somebody that's at least sort of on his level. though, which is difficult, right? Especially because now he has to play alongside Declan Rice, and whenever you see Jorginho and Declan Rice, you see freaking Declan Rice looking next to him, just being like, why am I here? You know what I mean? Like it's despair if Rice has to share that side of the pitch with or that area of the pitch with somebody else and they aren't at his level. So we need to get somebody in that is at least comparable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I think if Partey returns, I think that what you say is a summer issue then. If we look at January and we can get Partey back, that would help a lot because we're talking about we need us needing a midfielder, and if Partey can return, we filled that gap also. And also, just to add to what you said about our midfield with Ødegaard, Havertz, and Rice, I think at this moment in time, Havertz takes more away from the team than he brings to the team. And I think players like Ødegaard need to drop deeper. They need to defend more. And they need to be more physical instead of being free at the forward. And I think Havertz takes a lot away from players like Ødegaard. And I think a player like Partey can bring balance into that. So Ødegaard can be, how should I say, free roaming at the forward and do his thing like he did last year. And Partey could bring that balance into that midfield, I think. And this year, and I'm only talking about this year. We need him for this year. He is not a long-term. He's not a long-term player for us.
Just quickly, T, because this is how you know this guy is the biggest fraud I've ever seen on this on this planet. Yeah, not you, T. This guy right here. Yeah, look at him. Sard wanted Partey sold in the summer, but now he wants him back. No, we're talking about this season, my brother. I don't want him sold in January unless we're going to bring in somebody to replace him for this season.
Context optional.
We are trying to go for the title, bro. We are trying to go for the title. It's not necessarily, get rid of him because I didn't even want him. I don't want him. I want him sold in the summer. Even if we get rid of him in January, I want him gone, bro. Allow it, man. Well, these guys are doing too much, bro, for no reason, bro. For no reason, bro. It's actually too much sometimes, but listen, I completely agree. And even Aaron's saying Paqueta. Listen, I would love Paqueta, bro.
I think he will go to City at the end, man.
Yeah, it's not even just he's gonna go to City. Can I be bothered to go through that whole thing again with West Ham, bro? Like, they are the most annoying team to do business with. Like, the whole Rice situation was just so jarring because we handled it the right way. They just handled it so unprofessional. It
But
was
hey,
just so unprofessional.
at least at the end we scammed them because 105 million was really cheap for him.
Yeah, it was a bargain.
Yeah.
It's the cheapest 105 I've ever seen so far.
Exactly.
He's absolutely incredible. Future Arsenal captain, in my opinion. No, but I wanted to ask T a question. Going back to what you were saying.
Mate.
So where would you play Rice and Party, like in a Rice and Party and an Odegaard Rice Party midfield though? Because if are you looking to play Party up there? Or are you looking to play Rice? Because I agree with you that we need to get where Odegaard is really struggling right now is the fact that he doesn't get any space to create. So we need a midfielder that is also a threat on the left. And Havertz from September or August rather to middle of November wasn't doing that. Now he kind of is. He's coming into form. He's looking like he can score. I'm not saying that that's permanent. We've watched this guy for 3 years in the Premier League. We know that he is mid, right? Until proven otherwise. So what would you do with that midfield if we do get a healthy Partey back? Where would you play him?
Well, Arteta wants to play Rice at the 8th, so play Rice at the 8th if you want to play Partey. Because he talked about him and seeing his potential going forward.
Yeah.
And I think playing Partey could give Arteta the space and freedom to try and test that because he really rates him going forward. And if he wants to play Partey, then yeah, play Rice at the 8th. But I think Partey has a lot of qualities going forward as well. So maybe you can interchange between them when the game is going on. You know, I don't know. A lot of things can happen. But I think Arteta wants to play Rice at the 8th. And now you have the chance to play Rice at the 8th when Partey comes back.
No. Yeah. No, I hear you. No, I was just curious. What do you got?
You know, I think when you're looking at that midfield, you would have to play them in a double pivot.
Yeah,
it would have to be Rice and Partey in a double pivot. But the thing is, for this formation to work to perfection, and the way it's been pictured in its final form, for this to work, you need Timber there. You need Timber because what they've done is, or what technically Arteta wants in his final picture is for Timber to be on the left side, for Tomiyasu to be on the right side, yeah, and then both of them can invert from both sides. So you have an inverting fullback from both sides, kind of like what City has, because I know they have they do the full centre back thing, but John Stones on the right back position can invert. Ake on the left back position can also invert at times and then get into that midfield and just try and move further up the pitch. Do you know what I mean? So you would need to have a Timber at the left back. You'd need to have a Tommy at the right back, and then they can both invert. So you don't know who's going to invert into the midfield. It's so unpredictable for teams to read it and to say, oh, you know what, he's going to invert or he's going to invert. It's so unpredictable. So that's what the final picture is. I can see the vision. I can see what Arteta wants to do. But right now, he's just been hindered by injuries, whatnot. You know what I mean? What's going on with the whole situation? So for us to, if we are going to sell Partey in the summer, which I do believe we are going to, even in January, if he does go, we need to bring in somebody of that level. So if we do get rid of him, we need to bring in somebody else who can do the same job, because I can't get rid of that guy and not bring in somebody. I've got Timber there, who, in all honesty, I think he's one of the final pieces to the puzzle. I think when he comes back, it's going to be crazy. I'm sorry, nobody locks up Walker like that.
Yeah,
no,
the way I saw my man do it in the Community Shield, bro. Nah.
I think people underestimate how important Timber is for the structure of this team, only because he's new. They think, okay, how can you say a new player is this important? You sound like Chelsea fans when they say Nkunku is the next Jesus Christ, you know? But as a Dutch person who watched Timber play for a few years before he came to Arsenal, I can say he's like a joker. He can play everywhere, left, right, center. It doesn't matter. He can play CDM. It doesn't matter where you play him. He will play good. He will come
Well,
good.
exactly, and here's another thing too is I've only seen Arsenal live once, right? And it was actually Timber and Rice's first game. It was against the MLS All Stars. Yeah, go ahead and do with that what you will.
Oh, yeah.
But he slotted in very, very well. Like there wasn't really any sort of, and you saw it. I mean, Ben, the United and Barcelona games, those were a little suspect. I just think he slotted in so well, and you saw that the adjustment period for Timber was so quick. You saw that he was a part of this team. He was going to be a cornerstone for this back line going into the season. So
Exactly.
I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, like I've said that I'm starting to sound like a broken record now, but the what if factor on this guy is huge. And I hope that he comes back 100% healthy so we can start making a run, in the dog days of the winter and the early spring to get results where we didn't last season. And I think he will be a huge part of that.
The thing is, what we're trying to do at the moment is we're trying to follow the Ajax factor. And what I call the Ajax factor, and I'll break it down quick. The Ajax factor is having players in positions where they can play 2 or 3 positions at a time, or 2 or 3 positions in their in their pocket. So they got experience in all of these positions. So for instance, Timber can play right back, left back. He's actually fucked because he could play right back, left back. He can play right centre back, and he can play DM. I've seen him do that all 3 of those. Apart from left back, I don't think he played left back before. He's done that first time with us. But right back, right centre back, and DM, he played those 3 positions at Ajax. Tomiyasu could play right back, left back, and left centre back. I've seen him play all 3 of those positions, right back and left back for us, and then left centre back. He plays that for Japan in the national team. Now, Havertz can play in the midfield. He can play up top, and I've seen Arteta try him on the wing. Same thing with Fabio Vieira. Fabio Vieira can play in the middle, can play in the 8th position. Can play is a bit mad, but he's trying to fit him. I can see what Arteta's trying to do. He's trying to fit him into these positions to try and train him to go in these positions. He's even on the right wing, but I feel like that's just patching up holes with duct tape right now and punctures with duct tape. But this is why I think Ajax is going to be a place where we get a lot of our players from, especially like our younger players. We're going to be trying to get them out of that academy because of how many positions they play. I think that's Dutch players as a whole anyway.
Maybe not as much anymore from Ajax. I think the focus will now be a little bit more towards PSV and Feyenoord, especially because of Gutierrez, the forward of Gutierrez or Jimenez, Santi Jimenez, I think, the forward from Feyenoord.
Yep.
And Bakayoko from Chelsea, for example, really good player. I think the focus will be more towards them because Ajax don't have much players at the moment. Right now, they only have Brobbey, but okay, he's not that amazing.
Yeah. As long as Ajax fans don't burn down the stadium and the academy before they can recover, then I agree. I agree with you. And I don't watch enough Dutch football to know, but I do. You do see enough products come out of there to take them seriously. So Ajax obviously will be back, but you can't deny the young talent coming out of the Dutch league for sure.
Yeah.
At one point, it looked real shaky for them, man. They were in the bottom 3, bro. I was like, yo, what's going on with Ajax?
Bro, I've never seen more depressed people in my life than that period. I swear, because I where I live, you have a lot of Ajax fans, also a lot of PSV fans, but mostly Ajax fans. And every time I went to work, every time I went shopping, you just see people with depressed faces everywhere. that was a really dark period because Ajax
Yeah.
is the biggest club in the country, and then you were in a relegation zone, but now they're not in the relegation zone anymore. Now it's a little bit better,
No, I
but
think they're sitting fifth or something like that.
I think they wanted Elport Albert, and they wanted to go for him again in the summer.
Huh.
Wait, they want Albert.
Yeah, they want Airport Albert.
Wow.
I
Who's
didn't
the
hear that.
manager?
I've not heard that before. As manager?
Yeah, I think
Bruh.
I don't think as a full manager, but they want to bring him in to bring a little bit balance because he does really well at Arsenal. And I saw that they want to bring him in because of that, and they also they had a lot. I don't want to dwell on this too long, but they had a whole new structure because of the Overmars scandal, and
Yeah.
what happened to Van der Sar. So they had a really structural rebuild. So that was also a part of why they were going into shit as well.
Okay. Well, going back to the game, because I think we drifted off to
Oh, yeah, no.
next
Yeah, I
part where
was
we were
dwelling
just
to
talking.
something
And the
else.
thing is, we've drifted off, yeah, and then because we all talk and we can all talk about this thing, and we've got so much to say, like it just went, and the comment, the conversation just flowed. So
100.
but what I am gonna say is obviously going back to the game. Let's talk about starting 11s and how or what team you would go into this game with. And I'll start with T here, and then we'll go to TJ after. So what team are you looking to start for this?
You want me to go mad or do you want me to go realistic?
Give me both. Give me both.
I'll give you
I
both.
want to hear
Okay.
what mad is, bro. I'm intrigued.
Yeah,
bro.
what is mad?
Okay, it's not mad per se, it's just one position, but I think Arteta would never do this, but I'm crazy enough to predict it.
I
Just
think I know what it is.
Yeah, I think you know what it is.
I think I know what it is, and if it is,
Yeah.
I want to spud you for the screen, my brother.
Yes. Raya, Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel Zinchenko, the standard. Rice, Ødegaard, and ESR.
Yeah!
I don't think that's wild at all, bro. I don't
Yeah.
think that's wild at all.
And then the standard three forwards. Because I think Trossard can play that position, but you have a natural player there. He's off injury a long time now. Just give him the playing time. I think this would be a perfect game. We're at home. The sun is shining. We're at the carpet. What better scenario than to playing him right now?
My boy, ESR, man.
And yeah, this would be a great chance to play ESR and to see what he can bring at the moment.
Now, what's the realistic one? Just
The
change
realistic one is the same, but change ESR with Trossard.
Trossard, yeah. Fair enough. TJ, what are you going with? Have you got a mad one, or is it just?
I don't got a mad one, man. I really don't. It's the same back line. Unfortunately, I want to bin Zinchenko, but we don't have anybody better. So Zinchenko, Gabriel, Saliba, White, obviously David Raya in net. Rice, Havertz, Odegaard. I would love to see ESR get a chance, but I just think that these 3 points are too important for him. He unfortunately hasn't been able to build any consistency again because of injuries. And I think we would probably be looking at him a little bit harder if he were able to bury some of those chances he got against Bournemouth. But unfortunately that just didn't happen. And he didn't really put in a good performance in the League Cup game either. But, I'm a fan, but at the same time, he didn't generate when he got the chances. So that's my midfield. And then Martinelli, Jesus, and Saka up front, obviously.
I think
obviously
Havertz.
can't play in it.
But... Oh yeah, yeah. Forgot about that. My bad. Okay, so who do I got? ESR.
You probably got Trossard.
Do I put ESR? No, I will put ESR in there because here's why. Here's why. I completely forgot about the ban. My bad. I You know what? I just got distracted. Screw you, Mike Doss. Get out of here. Take that
Let me
mustache
just put
and
him up.
get
I
out of
knew
here.
it straight away, bro.
You
He's
are
such
an
a fraud.
absolute fraud.
He's begging and praying on our downfall right
Yeah,
now.
I know.
He's like, please, I want that top spot.
It's okay.
Please.
Enjoy the top of the league. Enjoy the top of the league while you have it, Doss,
For
because
now,
it's gonna be as short lived as the last time you were top of the league. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted. No, but I don't want to put Trossard there because Trossard has not been as consistent in that 8 position, and that's really not his natural position. So I would put ESR there to give him a shout, and then bring Trossard on as an impact sub, because Trossard has not been very good starting for us. He's mad inconsistent, but off the bench he puts in a performance. So yeah, no, ESR. I don't think that's too wild, especially because. But I will tell you one thing that I don't want to see. I don't want to see Fabio Vieira anywhere near this club.
Is he back?
I thought he was. I thought he was on the bench this weekend.
Oh God.
No,
Sad,
he's
your
just back
guy's
in
back.
training. He's just back in training. He's just back in training. Sorry.
Okay. Good.
No, but
good.
yeah, no, I don't think I don't think that's too wild, bro. I really don't.
Yeah, I don't think it's wild in a talent sense. It's wild in an Arteta sense because he never plays him. He never trusts him. You know that's
he doesn't trust
because
ESR, but
yeah.
For me,
but
though,
it's a what have you done for me lately kind of thing. But
you
yeah,
know, for me, if we play Trossard, I think we're gonna see Odegaard have one of his best games. And the reason why is because every time Trossard has played in that left 8, Odegaard has just looked spectacular. And that's because he's not necessarily getting in Odegaard's way. Odegaard is dropping deeper, doing what he done at left at Liverpool, where he was dropping deep, getting the ball, progressing it forward on that right side, obviously. But when he drops deep, you often see what's his name? Trossard would go into the 10. He'd go into the 10 position, occupy that space right there. So when Odegaard's got the ball, which he got for the defenders, he would then offer the extra pass.
Yeah.
But when Kai Havertz is there in that left 8 position, he doesn't occupy that space. He never goes into that space and occupies it to offer Odegaard like an extra pass. He goes towards the Martinelli space and gets in Martinelli's way. As much as harsh as it sounds, I do think he is kind of, I don't know, hindering Martinelli.
Yeah.
This word, getting in his way. He's just. I don't feel like he's benefiting Martinelli the way Xhaka used to. No, Xhaka was able to keep his distance and offer the option as a pass to help him out. Do you know what I mean? Havertz doesn't
I know what you mean.
Which I think, obviously, I can't fully blame Havertz because Havertz is still trying to come into this system, trying to learn it. It's difficult to learn the system when you're on the pitch and you're a footballer. You know what I mean? For us, we're watching it constantly. We're watching it every game by game. And I was watching it last year and the year before, so you could see I've learned the system. He's coming fresh. Yeah. He's trying to learn the system while he plays. So, you know, I can't fully blame him, but I do feel like he's hindering Martinelli.
It's like I said, man. It's like I said, he takes more away from the team than he brings to the team at this moment in time.
MDL, the reason why, bro, is because Xhaka, like I said, is a line breaker. If you have 3 line breakers in that midfield, it's so easy to create chances. It is a joke. It is a joke. Like the amount of chances, that's why our front 3 were looking so sharp last season. So we just need to improve it. But for me, I think going into this game, I'm gonna go with the same as you guys, but just with Trossard in that left 8 position. I think Trossard could have a good game. I think he just needs to get used to that position because you're taking a left winger and a very attacking and direct player and putting him in the midfield. It takes some getting used to. So I think like he could really have a good game this game, and I think we could see him improve. But we'll have to wait and see for that, because that
Yeah.
that is coming up, man. I'm excited for this game, man. I'm always excited for West Ham at home. You know what I mean? Last time I was there live and direct, man. That was good. 3-1, I
That's
think
awesome.
it was.
I remember that one.
Or was it 2-1?
No, it's just beating. You know, anytime you beat a London rival, it's
Feels
huge,
good.
and it's
Feels
huge
good.
for the players too. And especially going back, going into the Fulham game, and then going back up against Liverpool immediately afterwards. I mean, I think this is a tone setter for the next month. You know, we had a little bit of a break. Now it's time to set the tone. Now it's time to make it.
But that's something that pissed me off though, because we're playing on Thursday, so we're playing tomorrow, and then we play on Sunday.
Sunday, yeah.
Yeah.
Why is Liverpool playing on the Monday? Why are we not playing on the Monday and Liverpool playing on the Sunday? Because they played a day earlier than that, or 2 days earlier than that.
Well, if you tell any Liverpool that, I hear what you're saying, but if you tell any Liverpool fan that, they're going to be like, why do we always get the early games coming off of breaks?
Yeah.
You know, there's always some sort of excuse. No, I've heard it. No, and
it's true though. It's true. Yeah.
It's true. And look, like sometimes the schedule isn't always going to work out, but I mean, I think the fact that we're not playing today is big, and we'll come out. I think we'll come out screaming tomorrow. I really do.
Yeah, and let's get into the score predictions part, because this is the important part where we get our score predictions in. Ladies and gentlemen in the chat, make sure you are giving us your score predictions as well in the chat. We will put them up on the screen as well, for what you think the score prediction is going to be for this game. And we'll start with me. I'm gonna go for 3-1 to Arsenal. 3-1 to the Arsenal. T.
I wanted to go 3-1 as well, but I don't want to be boring. I think we will concede, but I think it will be 4-1, and I think Martinelli will step up this game, especially after last game. I think Martinelli will have a field day. Hoping. I hope. I swear, this is all copium.
Against Sufal.
Sorry?
He's coming up against Sufal.
It should not be an issue for him. It should not be an issue for him. It should not be an issue for Saka as well. The only person I see getting cooked is Zinchenko by Kudus, but especially because Kudus is also in good form. He's a good player, but he's also in good form. So it will be interesting, and I think we will concede 1, and that's from him.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. TJ?
My head is saying 2-1, just because I'm going off the Liverpool game a little bit, but we're back at home. We should get a lot more chances, and we should be able to finish those chances. So my head is saying 2-1, but my heart is saying 4-1. We will concede. It's just we leak a little bit at this point, but I think I'm gonna go 2-1 to the Arsenal on this one.
Yeah. No, fair enough. MDL is saying 2-0. It will be exactly like the Brighton game.
Good shout.
You know what? That's a good shout. That is a good shout, because I see us, if we perform how we performed against Brighton, where we were just relentless.
Yeah.
Also relaxed, and that's the best way to preserve energy for Sunday as well.
If we can keep, if we keep in play the possession based football, and it's not like what we saw at Liverpool, which was just like on the edge of your seat, like against teams like Brighton, against teams like West Ham, we should be keeping the ball. We should be able to slow it down and take our chances. So yeah, no, I hear what you're saying there, but at the same time, like, I don't know, man. I just don't think Brighton are not the Brighton of last season. I think that West Ham man for man is a little bit better. But at the same time, speaking just from an Arsenal standpoint, we're levels above these guys. Keep the ball. Don't make any defensive mistakes. And yeah, of course we can get this 1-2-0.
I think the only plus from the game on the weekend is that it is still in London. Even though it's an away game, It's still in London. There's no travel, no planes, no buses, this and that. It's in London. They just drive to the hotel where they stay, and then bang, done.
Just go with the bike.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's what we would do.
Bro, 100%, bro. 100%. Central London, these streets, bro, it's crazy. It's crazy out there. But yeah, anyway, big up everybody who did tune in today. Big up to TJ, big up to T in the building. I have put their links in the description, so make sure to go subscribe, give them a follow. I put their links in the description, so make sure to go over there and show some support as well. And big up to you lads for being here with me
100%.
for this preview.
Big up.
And big up to the people in the chat. Big up, and people, like, share, subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.